Hello, this is H2O Gaming. We are in the game with the Sibir. Sibir is a sister ship of the Kremlin, Soviet or Russian battleship. And it's pretty much the same configuration, except for the Sibir is more into brawling and secondaries, while the Kremlin has better guns, or also more accurate guns. So I'm here on the map, and our DDs is kind of scouting in the middle. And since the biggest part of my team moved towards B, I'll go to C and then hopefully or maybe push up to the enemy on B, or go over back and support the rest of my team. Since the DD is kind of going away, I have kind of the Minotaur as a close range spotter, which is actually not such a bad idea since he has radar. And apparently there is no DD up front. So we are facing some huge ships on the other hand side, and I'm not quite sure if I should engage since I do not have good vision. But I see a Libertad, which is at least on par with my ship. And I see a cruiser, which is also a brawling ship. So let's see how this is working out. The Minotaur is facing against the Libertad, which I'm not quite sure if that's such a great idea. But fortunately, the Prince Albert or Adalbert moved himself a little bit out of position, and now he's reversing, because initially he was trying to flank, but now he's reversing to support the Libertad in this fight. The torps from the Minotaur pretty much missed, and he is in a pretty dire situation. He's gonna send a second round of torps, and we see how this is gonna work out. That was actually a pretty good hit. So let's see if we can support him a little bit. Apparently, even if I thought that shot was actually quite good, it almost did nothing to the Libertad. So quick reminder for myself, I'll probably have to check where to hit the Libertad, but certainly it was not underneath the front gun turret. So I got a second chance. The Minotaur is hiding behind the island, and I managed to take him off, but unfortunately Minotaur gets hit by Prince Adalbert and he takes it off. So let's see what we are going to do now. I see that our DD is engaging the Prince Adalbert, who's rushing him now, and he goes back into open water. I'm not quite sure if that was such a great idea, but let's see what happens. I know that he's around the corner. The DD has smoked up. Adalbert obviously wanted me to push faster forward to get into his torpedoes, which I decided that, or I expected for this to happen. And so I slowed down pretty much and waited for the tops to come. So therefore he couldn't hit me. Now, usually Prince Adalbert, he stands no chance against me. In this particular area, now that he's turning around showing me broadside, and I see that I'm using my skill to get better precision or better dispersion on my guns, and I'm hitting him quite hard for right now. I know that he has to angle again from his right side to torp me again, because he used his left side torps already. Now he's gonna try to switch to the other side. My idea is I'm trying to prevent it to get closer to him, keeping my front towards him, and kind of looks like that we are crashing. Now I think he's gonna try to ram me. That would be the best idea, but fortunately I am quite healthy, and just in case you don't know, if you get hit by someone ramming you, his entire HP pool counts as damage in both sides. So since I was still quite healthy, I managed to survive this one, but it obviously took a big chunk. And yeah, now I try to heal up, and I'm looking towards the other side and see what the rest of my team is doing. I'm not actually quite sure if we won this, but we'll find out. Point-wise, we are okay at the moment. As far as I can see, the entire team is on the other side, but they still have a DD. So I'm riding a little bit with the Prince Adalbert, but that was fine. I mean, he's a good sport. I did too, so no reason to flame each other. Usually, at times you find players that actually still see this game as a game, and then it's quite nice to communicate. And even so that we probably won't meet again, just to have a conversation and kind of joke about what just happened, fine. So now I'm moving to fight. Unfortunately, I'm really off healed, so I probably will not survive this fight. I'm focusing on the cruiser to just give my DD a better chance to survive against maybe a battleship, but I kind of doesn't hit it. I don't know what the problem actually is. Sometimes if you try to aim behind or next to a ship that you have in target, the aiming from the game is really weird. Okay, so I'm going down here, and the DD is yeah, I wouldn't have survived this one. I think at the end I lost it, but still I think it was a good game. Especially the fight with the Adalbert was quite interesting and was fun. So let's move to the next one. Interestingly, same map. So I'm following the same strategy. I'm gonna look at what my team is doing, and I'm kind of angling a little bit towards the middle to see where my team is going, if they're going for a push straight ahead or if I'm moving towards the middle. And as far as it seems, we are covering up the right flank on this side. The DD is going straight, the rest of the team is going towards the left, or like kind of like in the middle. So we are in a pretty good spot actually to cover the middle part. So I'm gonna see what I'm finding here, and yeah, I can see a cruiser, which makes quite sense. He's also getting in position, and he's already spotted the DD. So I'm gonna help out. I'm trying to help out our DD a little bit, and see if I can put some pressure on. And I can see a lot of airplanes from the enemy team, and this is very annoying. Even though the Sibir has quite some decent anti-air, to deal with a lot of ships like this is actually quite difficult, and it's not fun at all. If the enemy Utrecht has a legendary update, I think he has even more planes. I think he got 3, and you see our DD took quite a beating without even having an opportunity to respond. Here I took some damage. I like this route to start actually the engagement, because it gives you the ability to cover the point, shoot some ships maybe at sea, but also engage in supporting maybe the left flank between A and B, and maybe catch some ships off guard or broadsides that are trying to flank point C. So I'm moving up to the middle now, and I became focus of the enemy team now. I see that I'm in a quite difficult situation, because I'm moving towards the middle, so now I'm tanking pretty much everything. And I see that Napoli is moving and push towards C. And he's actually going into the sea, into C. So he's showing broadside, so I'm giving him a couple shots, and also hitting him quite well with my secondaries. But Napoli is quite a strong ship too, but his guns are not on the same level as mine. So I'm waiting now for my reload to come back. Then I use my special ability to get better dispersion and try to finish him off before he makes a push through C, and kind of breaks the line of my team that is on the bottom. So kind of trying to protect our DD and the others. Here I get some shots in on the enemy DD, which is was quite important. But I made mistake here. Even though that I dodged the torpedoes here, it would have made the most sense to turn into the right and to try to withdraw from the fight. But I kind of had the feeling that I could not, I was too far committed, and now I would just go and try to make as much damage as I could, because the enemy Utrecht was actually quite low, and I was trying to get some more damage onto him or maybe get a kill. But now I'm so exposed that there was nothing to do for me except for just thinking. So up to the next game. Interesting. It's the same map again, almost the same situation. So I'm trying to start with the same tactics as before, and I'm kind of moving in between point C and to the left of it, so I can see if I can support my team at C a little bit. And this time the main push from my team goes pretty much, everyone is going to C. I know that this is difficult, so therefore I'm deciding that I'm going a little bit towards C and then eventually move towards B and A to support the cruiser there, while everyone else is kind of like pushing straight towards C. The difference from, or as I was trying to learn from my last experience, I was not going so offensively into point C and keep a greater distance. That means here I see if I can get a shot of one of the other battleships, but this apparently didn't work because they're just too far away. The main gun range with these skills are about 20 kilometers, and we see what we can accomplish now. Their battleships are already waiting at the horizon, and I'm gonna see if I take a shot at the Republic, or République, maybe. This ship is also as a French battleship. I'll see if I can do any damage, but in this case I just miscalculated, because the French battleships are actually quite fast if they're going full speed. Take some damage in return for my try to trade in some damage. but 5,000 is not so much, so I'm not very worried about. So this seems to be to become shootout at point C, so everyone is hugging the islands and wait for anyone to make a move. This kind of playstyle is quite boring. I can understand that, especially in ranked, everyone wants to win and no one really has the time to waste a game. But just hanging out around an island doesn't work. Now with a proper aiming at the Republic, I can hit a broadside, which is actually quite nice, because if the enemy turned towards A so late, they have to show me broadside, and I can use my guns. On the second time, if you have a battleship, I can steer up their positioning quite a lot. And if we are in a situation like now that the enemy was trying to push, we can sort of flank them, and now they have the decision to either turn in towards me or keep going and going for broadside. The point C is so narrow that it's difficult for them to turn. I'm using, I'm shooting now broadside, but you can see the enemy is focusing me down a lot. But usually with a ship like the Sibir, this could be quite helpful because I'm tanking. As you can see right now, I make the decision by learning from the previous game that now I'm going to move into C from the side. This now the rocks or the island to my left is covering me a little bit from the ships that were going to point A or B, and I can focus on anyone who's in the middle of C. And usually smaller ships like light cruisers, Minotaurs, etc., they are hiding on the island and they are now becoming stressed because I'm pushing through. But as you can see, I take quite a beating. But this is where the Sibir comes into play and is quite stable. But eventually I'm taking too much damage. I'm trying to take out the ship, but cannot hold it through. So, but like you see, took almost 2 million damage. But maybe this, I think eventually this gave my team the opportunity to take on other ships. So as far as I remember, eventually I think we won this round. Yeah, let's move to the next game. I think in this situation, the idea to turn into C instead of going straight ahead was actually maybe not really the ideal solution, because I probably would have had a better chance to fight the Republic because it was already damaged, and then just hide behind an island and just deal with the Republic and then eventually turn around. But as this game is about, you make a decision, see if it works, and like I said, try to learn from it. So let's move on to the next game. So here I am in the Sibir again, and we are on the new map. So my team split up quite nicely. I'm accompanied by another DD and battleship. And this map is fairly large, so I'm just gonna have to go for a while until I reach anyone. The Sibir shines pretty much in dealing in 1-on-1 or 1-on-2 fights. It's not so much against DDs. These islands in general, that's a difficult way to go because the Sibir is not very mobile. That means navigating around the islands there, this is not made for the Sibir. So therefore I'm trying to get out and stay outside these little islands and kind of flank the things. So I see the enemy DDs coming up. The distance is quite large. but I'm trying to support my DD and put some stress on the enemy's DD and see what it does. He smoked up pretty fast. Let's see what happens. Of course, this lights myself up to everyone else on this map, so I'm gonna take a little bit of beating, but that's the nice thing about the Sibir. You can take some hits if you are properly angled. That's no big deal. So I'm see what I'm facing. 2 battleships, 1 long range, 1 short range. One of the battleship seems to go in the same direction as I do, so he would flank the sea point, and the other battleship goes more straight ahead. So we're gonna wait what's happening. The DD is moving himself into the islands. This is also for D quite difficult. If he's lit up right now, like he did right now, he's quite exposed. And now he's maneuvering himself into the islands where he almost can't move. And he's basically stuck. He's lit up, he's stuck, and he has 2 battleship, Schlieffen and myself, firing with the secondaries onto him. So this is not good. So basically, I think he's not able to move outside. He's gonna be dead. Yeah, he overexposed himself and he was hoping to hide in between the islands, and this leaves point C to us if our DD is now able to cap the point C. Which is actually quite nice because it's early and it pushes the enemy towards capping, since we are 2-1 in advantages in cap points. Now my idea is I keep going with the original plan to flank and try to signal the Schlieffen to focus. The enemy battleship, this is a Vermont, which is extremely slow, but it has very hard guns, as we just saw as he took out the Schlieffen. A Vermont is a ship which I would not engage too close. This is also the reason why I don't shoot right now, because if I'm lit up right now with the Vermont, he probably would have taken another shot, and since I had to turn around, I would have been broadside to him, and the guns from the Vermont hurt a lot. My aim right now is I'm gonna go straight towards the other battleship, because if he comes around the island, he will be broadside to me. So I'm just closing the different distance, and I just wait what he says. Unfortunately, my DD is not able to light him up. That would have helped to get an idea where exactly he is and where he's turning, if he's coming to the left from the island or to the right. Apparently, he's turning in towards me. He did not see me. He should expect me maybe, or maybe he thinks I'm not as close as I am right now. So I'm facing him straight ahead and should have an excellent shot at him. Let's see what it does. 11,000 damage, that's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But my secondaries are way better than his. At the moment, unfortunately, I cannot turn in. So I'm getting shot now from the Vermont on the left-hand side, and that's quite an awful position. I would face 2 choices now. I either can stay in front, facing the battleship ahead of me, but then I would keep myself angled towards the Vermont. But I see the Vermont is moving towards point C, so he would like to engage. But I'm not so afraid if he shows me his front. I mean, he does have some, Vermont has some guns on the front, obviously, but not as much. So I'm turning slightly in to follow the ship ahead, and also to produce some broadside to the Vermont and shoot with both sides of my secondaries both battleships. That's a quite risky maneuver because I should actually turn a little bit more towards the battleship in front of me. But as I see it right now, I'm occupying two battleships, and I'm seeing that the Vermont is going full broadside. So I'm eventually turning my turrets around because the Vermont is at the moment just much better target than the ship in front of me. Eventually, I'm pretty sure that my secondaries can damage the ship before me, and I'm just gonna follow it. And I'm trying to take a shot now at the Vermont. Let's see how this goes. The Thunderer is trying to shoot me with AP, which is actually not such a great idea. I did not do amazingly on damage towards the Vermont, but he's getting shot at too. I'm doing a second shot now and see if this works better. Let's see. Yes, I'm taking quite a beating. And now I make the decision, since I'm focused down the Vermont enough, that I think that my team is able to finish him off, and we are also very much an advantage in numbers. I would ram the Thunderer. That would finish him, despite I just have like a couple health points left. So this puts them in a disadvantage a lot because they lost a pretty big battleship. This is a nice torpedo salvo, by the way, from the Hoffman. And now the Vermont is only there, has just a few hit points. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we won this game. 156,000 damage is good. Probably most of it came from the secondaries. And 2.5 million damage tanked is also fine. So it did work pretty well. So let's move to the next game. So we are on a new map, and again with the Sibir. I'm supporting my team, and I have Napoli in front of me, which is also a very decent brawling ship. And with me is the Republic, or République in French. I actually don't know much about this ship, but I heard that French battleships are more about speed, which is quite nice if you're able to surprise the enemy, because you're a little bit faster on a certain point than probably they would have expect. But I think that most of the players, they wouldn't be so surprised if there's a battleship 2 to 3 seconds earlier on a certain point than it usually should be. You would notice this maybe with very experienced players, but in general games it does not. So this game, I decided, since I'm with the battleship and the Napoli, that the Napoli, that I can see that the Napoli is pushing in. So we make a push. And the Napoli is already quite in fight with Des Moines. And Des Moines is actually a quite nice ship. I have it too. I haven't played so much about it. It's fairly short range for a cruiser, and it's not the tankiest of ships. So since the Republic keeps going, I'm gonna keep going too, because I have made the experience, if you turn away, they're picking off one ship after the other. So in this situation, we're just going for it. And at the end, it's just a game. And we see how this is working out. I see the DD right in front of us. That makes me actually quite worried, because I'm expecting a lot of torps and I do not have any hydro to see what's coming. So I take my best guess, and this is just go straight ahead. We managed to fight off the DD, the Chabarovsk. It's a gunboat, Russian. It's quite strong, has tons of guns, and you can actually delete enemy DDs quite easily. So there's the Libertas. I was not quite sure if he actually managed to get his special in, and I wanted to take a safe shot with him, so therefore I used my special key to reduce my dispersion, and was hoping to get another shot before it runs off and takes the back turrets with it. And I miscalculated the time by about a second, which is actually a shame. But I did some decent damage with a Libertad. But in general, chasing a Libertad is not such a good idea. But since we are pushing right now, we have to stay focused. So, and we kind of committed now into pushing, and there's no chance to get away. I'm noticing that I'm getting shot at from the left, but I do not want to change my angle very much. I'm trying to get behind the island to get some cover from the left-hand side to keep focused on the Libertad. And since everyone is shooting at the poor Libertad, he will go down eventually to my secondaries. Now I'm turning in, see who's shot me there, and keep pressuring the next cap point. In this case, it's A. Our DD is already captured, and I'm pushing in to see if I can do anything useful here. But let's see how this works out. I'm facing now another battleship, the Bourgogne, and yes, I mean it's fast, but it does not really scare me. We're gonna see if we can hit anything. Probably in hindsight, I should have used my special key here because the distance was right, and there I had to make a decision, either turning away to the right to disengage from the fight, but then I would have shown also broadside to the battleship. So I decided, even though that I'm not ideally, my turrets are in the wrong direction, I'm gonna move to the left and just slug it out with the Bourgogne. And you can see my secondaries are doing decent damage, so he has no choice. But I have to say, the Republic behind me and the Chabarovs, they're dealing tons of damage. And in this case, the teamwork actually does really work. So since I'm able to tank quite a lot, I can just go straight ahead to the enemy. And if I have ships with me or players with me that noticing my intention and also following up with it, this works actually quite well. And yeah, so I think we pretty surely won this game. I don't know, I wouldn't mind chasing the DD now, the Shimikaze, but I can't catch it, and of course I can't see it. So I'm just deciding I'm going to see, and I'm just gonna cap it, and then we just wait it out and hope that the DD is not wasting our time so much. So you see, I took a lot of damage, the Republic took a lot of damage too, Napoli stayed in the fight too, which was actually quite nice. So in this game, the entire push in a team, even so that we did not communicate, did work fairly well. And this are some of the games where it really makes fun to play this game, where you can see that people are actually watching what the teammates are doing, and in this case, just following me around and shooting everything that shoots me. So this was one nice game, and it worked out. So this completes the first part of my series with the Sibir, because I have to play some ranked games now to get back from tier 7, which probably could be quite interesting, since it's quite a while that I played tier 7, and I have actually no idea what kind of ships are like there. If you feel like it and you like to see content so far, I invite you to come over and watch the next videos that I'm uploading, where I'm trying to struggle through tier 7 to tier 10. Yeah, so have a nice day and see you around. Bye-bye.